very fortunate. It's probably the only time you've ever seen him. I'm down here visiting from Alaska. My daughter's performing over here tonight, and I have a sister down in Galveston, but I was told that we should tell an original story. So 3 weeks ago, before I got here, I had a very interesting thing happen to me on my last moose hunting trip. Now I did notice that on the other side of the Polish hemisphere, there's a Canadian bar, and I could probably explain this joke a lot quicker to them, but I have to explain a few things to you about moose. Moose is the largest member of the deer family, and that's why you don't see me in Texas. They're in Alaska because it's big. And the other thing about moose that you need to know is, unlike other members of the deer family, they don't hurt. They're solitary creatures. They live in the woods by themselves. Once a year they get together for a little sex party. And that's when they're more vulnerable. Just like humans, they have some advantages over us, but they can see about as well as we can. They have an ear that's 12 inches long, they can hear anything. They have a snout that's as big as a plate, nostrils as big as an ashtray, and there's no way in the world they're ever going to sneak up on them. So, if you want to taste the moose liver, you have to get them at their vulnerable point, which is the same vulnerable point as it is for human beings. When you're thinking with their little head instead of their big head. So, as I explained to you, you can see pretty well that we don't look like moose. And they can smell really well. And unless you have really bad personal hygiene, you probably don't smell like a moose. So the only way you can get them is to sound like a very slutty moose. So, I go out with 3 weeks ago, and we have this tradition where we bring young people. I would like to say it's an altruistic experience, you know, like we want to carry on the tradition of moose hunting, teach it to the younger generation. I have noble purpose in mind. But in fact is, a hind quarter of a moose can weigh about 260 pounds. We bring them along to sweat the stuff. But we tell them that we're trying to teach them something. So I was out moose hunting with my friends. I hadn't been for a while, been about 35 years at it. Learn from the best, right? So my friend says, here's my son. You go with Steve here. He'll show you how to do it. So I take this kid, David Jerry. We go off to hunt the moose. We're walking down the trail. I put my arm around Jerry and I said, look, son, I'm going to teach you how to call a bull moose. And he looks at me and says, you know there's an app for that. And there is. I downloaded the app. It's got the cow calling the bull and the bull talking, the calf calling the cow and the bull threatening the other bull or whatever. But I tell him, I said, Jerry, 2 things. If you walk through the woods with your cell phone up like this, you're going to look like and sound like an idiot. And it's illegal to use an electronic news call anyway. You got to learn how to do it the right way. So I know you're absolutely curious as to what does a cow moose wearing a Dolly Parton wig and a Minnesota with 6 shots of chloroform, how does she sound like? I'm going to tell you. This is how the lady moose gets Mr. Moose to answer her booty call. That sounds remarkably human, doesn't it? haven't even told you my original story. I'm going to admittedly tell you that this is not my original joke, but it is, I will promise you, the best fishing joke you will ever hear. Imagine you're in a small place in Arkansas, 50 years past his prime. Little old guy runs in and hardly anybody comes in. One Friday night, a beat up little Chevy shows up. It's got the just married sign. The kid gets out, they went to the last cabin on the end. Old guy says, I'm not going to see it for a week, right? The next morning, the kid comes out, rents a boat, goes to the middle of the lake, stays there till dawn. And he does this 6 days in a row. Old guy says, this kid's better keep in trouble. Better tell himself. So he stops the kid and says, can you just get married? The kid says, yeah. He says, well, why aren't you in the cabin doing what kids do? He says, well, I know what you're talking about, but can't do that right now because she's got diarrhea. So the other guy says, well, got me something to do. He says, well, I know what you're talking about, we can't do that right now because she's got pyrene or gumbo on it. The old guy says, you've not got the paper too, but there's got to be something you can do. He says, I think I know what you're talking about. Right now she's got diarrhea. So the old guy says, well, she's got all those things, why didn't you get married? He says, not that bad. She's got worms, you know I love to fish.